I'm Ben Tankard. This is Full Tank Podcast. Talking has the power to connect, transform, and inspire. My guest this week is referred to as Mr. Talkbox. Check this out.
Please listen carefully. Please listen carefully.
You are enjoying the Full Tank Podcast, sponsored in part by Faith Words. Want a taste of my best-selling book, The Full Tank Life? Go to thefulltanklife.com and pull down a free sample chapter and order the book.
Today, my friend Ben Tankard has become known as the Godfather of Gospel jazz. He sold millions of albums, pastors a church, travels the world sharing his music. Like with Ben, God is working behind the scenes, lining up what you need.
Man, what a gift. We're honored to have him in the podcast chair tonight. B. Chambers, better known as Mr. Talkbox. What's going on, Slick?
What's happening, man?
Oh, man, people don't really understand who I got
man.
on the white mic today. This is the white mic.
Oh, man.
The white mic mean you coming with a pure word.
From the heart, for sure.
But man, take a few seconds and tell us about yourself so they can see. And then I'm going to show a clip so they can really see what I want them to see.
Wow. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I'm a guy from Orlando, Florida, born and raised in the church. My mom and dad were preachers, ministers at our church in Orlando. And I was always in the music business, and always on the worship team. I was playing the drums, the guitar, whatever instrument that needed to be played, I played it. And because all church people, y'all know we in church from Sunday to Sunday, so there was always a time for you to serve at the church.
Oh, you gonna do the work.
You gonna do some work. So but I was raised in a church, and I'm kind of like, I love the motto of the show. I'm a jack of all trades. Like I do everything. I sing, I play multiple instruments. It's just, it's real. We're going to get into it.
But even though we do many things, there is that Google thing. That Google thing is when somebody Google your name, unless you're in trouble,
right?
What pops up is what you're known for. What that main thing that God is giving you.
Yes.
And for me, I thought that was going to be pro basketball. I thought I was going to be the guy that stopped Michael Jordan. Me and everybody else.
Right.
Pro ball didn't work out. But that thing, when you Google Ben Tankard,
that's right.
The music pop up.
Yes.
When you Google your name, man, you are like the pioneer, or one of the pioneers, knocking it out the park with this Talkbox thing.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what that is, check this clip out, and we'll be right back.
I just wanna take you higher, up in the sky. Let's set this party alive. That's how I know. Let's talk, baby, let's get it.
Yo, I'm excited about this one, y'all. Because I brought some special guests.
Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars?
Crazy.
Oh my God.
So crazy.
You're talking about 100 million views.
100 million.
Talk about millions of albums sold.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
talk about your voice
Yes.
on the front of this thing and
Yep.
all during the song. How did this come about, Doc?
Man, another one of those things where God just opened a major door for me. But I was doing what I always do, and that's just playing that talk box for the love. And so Bruno Mars, he had been watching my videos. So I do these a cappella videos that has gone completely viral on YouTube, Facebook. And so for a whole year, he had been watching my videos. And I had become friends with his bass player. His name is Jamario. And so one day, and this was back in 2016, Jamario hits me up and he was like, hey man, Bruno wants to do a record with you. I was like, say what?
Stop the madness.
I said, man.
Stop.
Yeah, I was like, what? He said, here's his number, call him now. And I said, oh, this is crazy.
Man, I know you about past that.
Oh, I ran through my house. At that time, I was living in a house with 3 flights. I ran all 3 flights of stairs just excited. And so I called him up. And that's when he told me, he said, man, I've been watching you for a whole year, man. Like, your videos are crazy. And I was...
You know what the irony is? Because you're a church boy.
Oh, yeah, come on.
The irony is a church boy gets a call from a secular musician
And the biggest in the business.
to collaborate. And you run up and down the stairs with an organ going.
You know that shout music just fell out of heaven.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And so he recognized you for your signature talent as Mr. Talkbox. Now, how did that evolve? How did you get into the Talkbox situation? What is a Talkbox?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Talkbox is basically a speaker and an amplifier in this little box. And it has an opening, and then you grab a tube, you put the tube into the opening, then you run that tube to your mouth. Obviously, you have to plug up an instrument to it to amplify it. And so I use the synthesizer. And so when you plug the synthesizer in, boom, and then you start playing it, you form your mouth into words, hold your breath, use that larynx, and boom.
So it's a craft to it. Anybody just can't do it.
Everybody can't do it. I make it look easy.
So you have to really be gifted as a keyboard player
Yes.
in doing lines.
Yes.
So you have to be somewhat of a singer.
Yes, you got to be a singer. You have to know if you want to do it great, you got to be a singer because you have to understand
Lines
and how a vocalist would make a run happen or how it hit enough vibrato to make the note sound real.
Right.
And so
And then the fingering on the keyboard, you have to know pretty much how to do licks, whether it's gospel licks or jazz licks or
That's
wherever
right.
you want the voice to go.
right. And
So-
it
so-
has to express.
So
like
your
a
voice
vocal.
is the passenger,
Yes.
and the keyboard is
Yes.
the vehicle.
Is the vehicle.
The Talkbox is the vehicle.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. And you have to be able to understand, the tone. And that's really the secret of the Talkbox if you're trying to do it great. And so, but the person that inspired me to do it was Roger Troutman.
Roger Troutman. Yeah, what is that big song he did?
Oh my gosh. California Love.
Yep.
Computer
One,
Love.
The Lady.
Yeah. I Want to Be Your Man.
Yeah.
So many big hits with that instrument, and he single-handedly was the guy that inspired me to do it. So,
And what's funny is when I started really getting into listening to you, because I listen to you all the time now.
Man.
And then your Sunday series.
oh man,
I'm going to play a little bit of that a cappella.
Ooh.
In fact, before we go on, I'm going to just pause for station identification.
Yeah.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by this guy. Listen to this a cappella piece, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, everybody see him. I want you to put your hands together when I say, can't nobody do me like Jesus. Can't nobody do me like the Lord. You can't nobody do me like Jesus. He's my friend. Let me tell you what he did. Heal my body. Told me to run over. know Jesus. Yes, sir. Said, won't he make a way? Come on. Out of no way. Somebody who know Jesus. Come on. Somebody who know Jesus. Come on. Somebody, 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 somebody. Yeah.
So the acapella piece, just the way you put that thing together, and I began listening to you and it kind of just kind of digging into what you did. But you know, a few years ago, I got a call from VH1.
Really?
VH1 says, Mr. Tankard, we got a guy that we're doing a behind the music profile on.
Wow.
And he says that you got him started in music.
Wow.
And he does the Talkbox and what's the other thing they call it?
The vocoder.
Vocoder, you know. And I'm like, and they said, Fahim Nijam.
Oh my goodness.
I said, Fahim, yeah. Fahim rapping? Fahim doing Talkbox stuff? What is Fahim doing? He was 3 years old coming in my studio. I was babysitting him while his dad was trying to sing in my gospel studio when I first started. He said, yeah. He said he got started in your studio. They know him now as T-Pain. I'm like, that's Fahim is T-Pain?
What?
So
Come on.
Doc.
That is I saw this. That's right.
You never know who you touch.
You never know
how you
man.
touch their lives.
You never know.
And this kid is messing around. I mean, he was bad too.
Oh my
messing around,
goodness.
spilling stuff on my console. And his dad couldn't afford daycare. Wow. So I had to babysit him while he's in the studio recording. I'm trying to mix him, and I'm trying to watch his bad little boy. That bad little boy was Fahim Nijam, who was doing Talkbox and what else they call it?
But he does the auto-tune.
Auto-tune,
yeah. He does auto-tune.
Yeah, he was known for that. And he's T-Pain now, and they calling me to interview me on VH1 about this kid who said he got the start of my. I didn't know who he was, but it was T-Pain.
It's T-Pain.
And so he has done the auto-tune. You are doing this.
Yeah.
Where is this whole robotic sound going? What's the future? What's the future of it?
Oh, that's a great question. I feel like it's, now with the movement of the AI, I just feel like, this sound is so hard to duplicate. And I feel like people like T-Pain, myself, we're going to be the ones to continue to put that real DNA on it. To continue to bring it to the masses. Like when you mentioned 24 Karat, we just recently found out it's over 5 billion streams. Like I believe that's almost the entire population. And it's like, it's one of those things to where I believe that the sound is just gonna be here. And it's been here since the 30s, to be honest.
Is that right?
Yeah, the Talkbox sound has been here. There's a guy named Alvino Ray. He did it with the steel guitar.
Wow.
And then you fast forward into the 60s, there was another gentleman, lived here in Nashville. His name was Pete Drake, did it with the steel guitar. And then you fast forward, then you got the Roger Troutmans and the Herbie Hancocks and Stevie and then now T-Pain, he adapted that sound and put it to the auto-tune.
Right.
And then it's still here. Now you got both of us here, which me and T-Pain, we have 2 songs out together.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so the T-Pain is my good friend.
Wow.
And so I believe the sound is going to be here. It's done stood the test of time from the 30s all the way to 2024.
Man, I'm so proud that you in the chair, Doc.
Yeah, I'm so hyped to be here. Come on.
I don't think I know anybody that has 5 billion streams.
Like, what?
Listen, man, let me get on down the road here. Okay,
yeah.
because my team says you got to stay on task.
Stay on task. Oh, man.
So, career pivots. Can you tell us about a pivotal moment in your career that led to where you are today?
Yeah.
What did you learn from that experience?
Oh man, that's a great question. Pivotal, and I've had a lot of those, and I want to call it, and this could be a thing one day, steps of faith.
Okay.
I've had many moments where I was in a situation. I'll start at, the church. I was in church. I grew up in church. I was church. And then we had to take a moment to leave our home church and then move from the city that we were born in. Like my wife and I, we were born in Orlando, and we just knew it was something bigger for us. So we moved to Nashville, Tennessee. We didn't have nothing.
Why Nashville instead of New York or L.A.?
Great question. I basically just had friends here that were trying to pull us here.
You had a connection.
I had a connection. One of my best friends in the world, him and his family moved here. And I was like, I like that city because we had visited a few times. So we came here. We really didn't have any, major connections. We kind of did, but it wasn't to the point to where we should move there because of a major connection. I actually moved here at I was done with music actually. I had quit music.
Wow.
I told my wife, I said, let's just get out of Orlando. I want to go to Nashville. Let's get a job and let's just start a new life.
New start, yeah.
New start. Little did I know, God sent a investor that had been listening to my music online. And he said, he reached out to us and he was like, I want to finance your next album.
Wow.
And I said, what? I didn't believe him. So he said, I want to finance your next album. And then I was like, all right, prove it. I didn't believe him. And he said, well, what do you need? I said, well, we're broke right now. We need to move out of Orlando. If you get us out of Orlando, I'll record an album. Overnighted us a check to move to Nashville, Tennessee.
Look at the grace of God.
Yeah. He overnighted us a check. We moved, unloaded all of our gear, and my buddy that was living here had a full-out studio. His basement was a full-out, it was dope. And went there, recorded the album, and we've been here ever since.
Man, I always say that when God gets ready to add a comma to your life,
Yes.
when God gets ready to take you to another level, what he'll do is he'll create an encounter
That's it.
with someone that's already a resident of that level.
Yes.
And if they're a resident of that level,
Yeah.
they pretty much have already gone through
Yeah.
what you're currently going through.
Yes.
So they can advise you because they're not intimidated by anything that you're going through.
That's right.
However, when the enemy decides to take you to another level, which usually is down
Yes.
or back,
Oh.
he creates an encounter
Yeah.
with somebody that you ain't got no business being in fellowship
Yes.
with.
That's
It's always a connection factor.
always.
that gives you the comma, whether
Yep.
that comma is going to something backwards
Yes.
or whether that comma is going to the next level.
I tell you what, and that's so good because that story, that comma for me, I had an opportunity to go back, and I was going to let all of this go. That wouldn't have been a 24 karat. That wouldn't have been none of that if I would have went the other way. And so I also believe too that a level of frustration happens when you don't answer the call.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Because we were experiencing frustration. We were experiencing, and it was God. God says, I'm trying to answer your prayer here. You say you want to go to the next level. This is your opportunity.
In other words, I'm not going to try to preach because this is a secular podcast. This is not a gospel podcast.
We're going to keep it a buck, though.
We're going to keep it as secular as we can. So when God makes the opportunity, there's a time limit.
Yeah.
It's almost like you at the red light and it turned green. You only have so long before you got to go.
That's right.
Or you're going to have to wait longer.
You're going to have to wait longer. I'm not trying to wait longer.
And so I was telling my church, this is not a church podcast, but I was telling my church that I believe that the children of Israel who were looking for their comma, which would be the promised land.
The promise.
I believe when they got to the Red Sea, I don't believe the Red Sea just parted. I believe they had to get their toes wet first.
Ooh.
I believe that's the Benjamite translation.
I like
that's
that.
not New King James. That's the Benjamite. I can't prove it,
Right.
but I believe a few of them had to get their toes wet.
Yes.
And as they got in the water, God parted the way. And you've seen where
I like that.
where God was getting ready to take us to another level. He don't show us the whole staircase.
No, 'cause we gonna run. We'll run.
We won't even take.
No,
we
we
won't
won't
even
take it.
take the stairs.
No,
we
we
try to
won't
take
take
the elevator.
Yeah, we're not doing it.
He only shine enough light for the next step.
Yes.
But you don't need faith for everything.
No.
You just need faith for the next step. Let me get back out of the church. Full Tank Podcast. All right,
Yo.
team, rolling their eyes at me.
Boom.
Okay, now give
Okay.
us an example of your creative process.
Oh, yeah.
Like when you're. But before you do that, go ahead and don't feel bad. Name drop.
Oh, yeah.
Give us the names of the people
Oh,
that
my
you
gosh.
have influenced you, people you work with, and give us your bio in 30 seconds.
Okay. People that have influenced me: Roger Troutman, Teddy Riley, Darkchild, Rodney Jerkins, Warren Campbell, yourself, believe it or not, Ben Tankard. Yeah, those are some of my major influence. Obviously, my parents, but the people I've worked with. Woo, I'm going to try to remember here. All right, and it's going to jump across genres because I've worked with all kinds. Like we mentioned earlier, T-Pain, Bruno Mars, Kendrick Lamar, Cardi B.
Cardi B?
Yeah, we got a song together.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's a song called "Please Me" with Bruno and Cardi B.
Wow.
Yeah, big song. It was a great song that did great for us. Oh Lord, CeCe Winans. Oh Lord, Toby Mac, which he was a part of the reason we got to Nashville too. Got to work with him heavy. Toby Mac, Matthew West, Colton Dixon, Danny Goki. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's just a few. There's way more.
Now, the creative process,
Yes.
when you're getting ready to work on a project, I mean, what's the workflow? Walk us through that.
Yeah. Like on the creative process, like when these features come in, usually the artist would send me the song and say, do what you do. And my thought process is when I first get into it, when I hear the song, I always look for the best opportunity to serve the artist and the song. A lot of people, a lot of times, you get on a song and you just do your thing and you're not thinking. They call me because they want what I do. But I'm more so like, what serves the song the best?
Got it.
How can the Talkbox take this song to the next level? And I always find pockets. So I look for pockets for the Talkbox to enhance the experience to the listener and to the artist. So that's kind of my thought process when I go in.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
And, when I first started having special guests from the jazz community, I worked with Yolanda, Take Six.
Which is I should have named them during the top 5 Take Six. Like literally probably number 2.
Yeah.
Outside of Roger.
Amazing.
Yeah, oh my
amazing
gosh.
talent.
Oh my gosh.
Take Six, Kelly Price, Lynette Hawkins.
Yeah.
Shirley Murdoch. We worked with all these people. But when my music began to cross over into the smooth jazz world, I needed to have some collaborations with those artists. And so I'm struggling. I'm trying to get, I ain't know, man. I'm trying to get Gerald Albright.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Kurt Whalum. I get Gerald on the phone. I say, Gerald, I know you're busy, man, but I'll fly out there. We'll rent a studio. I got to fly you here.
Yeah.
I just got to have you. And Gerald, he was so kind.
Oh man, Gerald.
I was so green.
Gerald
was like, Tank, you don't know about it doing that no more. just
give me the song.
Email me the track. I would go in the studio and play it 5 times.
Right.
And then I would just send you the WAV files. And then you just cut and paste, put it
wherever
wait
you
a
want.
minute. You mean to tell me all those featuring so-and-so, so-and-so, y'all never was in the room at the same time?
Exactly.
It's just a matter of an email?
A phone call, email. That's how we did 24 Karat.
Wow.
That's how we did Cardi B. All was over the phone. He's in LA. I'm in Nashville.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Most of my collaborations has been that.
Jazz pianist down in Tampa. You know him. He's a hit maker.
Yeah.
Nate Mitchell.
Oh yeah, man, Nate.
Man, Nate knocking it out the park.
That man's so cold.
Nate, we did Sea Breeze together last year.
Oh yeah.
And Nate says, Tank, man, you one of my mentors.
Yes.
I'm about to do a full project of just Ben Tankard songs. This segment sponsored by Sirius XM Watercolors.
Ben Tankard is Sirius XM Watercolors with PJ Faulkner, and he has got quite the combination of talents. Let's see, as you just heard, he is a musician of the highest caliber. He's also a pastor, a former pro basketball player, a reality dad on TV, and a pilot. And you may have seen him at the Sea Breeze Jazz Fest last month. Next up for him, the Steel City Jazz Fest, mid-June. Ben Tankard. He's got 2 thumbs up for me on watercolors.
This segment sponsored by Sirius XM Watercolors.
Oh my God.
He sends me the link, and I'm able to get in the studio with him
Yes.
live, and it come up on my speakers.
That's it.
Like I'm in the room with him,
That's
and he's like,
it.
"You like that lick, Tank? Or you like that?" I'm like, where have I been? I feel like a VHS recorder. Oh my God.
The technology now, I did that exact same thing with Babyface.
Got you.
We did one together in the studio. He came to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
Then the second song that we did, exact same thing. He'd send me a link.
Mm-hmm.
I had never done that. Send me this link, and then he was talking.
Put you in the room.
Put me right in the room with him. It was over the speakers. I was like, what in the world?
Wow.
It's crazy.
But man, you have mastered that niche.
Yeah.
It's you, and God has blessed me. They call me the Godfather
Yes, sir.
of Gospel Jazz.
You are the
Not
Godfather of
because I'm
Gospel
old,
Jazz.
because I'm young. I got 8 grandkids,
There you-
1 great-grandchild, 5 children, a beautiful wife of 24 years, but I'm still just 25 years old.
Yes, right.
I just refuse. I'm celebrating the 30th anniversary of my 25th birthday. Just but they call me the Godfather.
Yes.
But it's really a one-man industry.
Yes, it is.
And your thing is kind of, sort of
Yeah,
a one-man industry.
absolutely.
So what do you do? Or what can I do to throw a rope back behind us,
Yeah.
to create a comma for somebody coming behind us?
Oh, man.
How are you going to spread that legacy? What's the steps, man?
Man, stuff like this.
How do we make talkback babies?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. And you know what? That's a great question because it's already starting to happen. So there's these guys now. They're on TikTok, and they, believe it or not, we do this thing called Camp Electric here in Nashville, and they about 5 years ago, it's a little longer than that now, but I'll say about 8 years ago, they were in my class. I broke out the talk box in my class, and I did the intro to 24 Karat Magic. And obviously they knew it. And next thing you know, fast forward 5 years, these guys have millions and millions of followers doing Talkbox.
Wow.
And they same thing. They was like, we learned this instrument because of Mr. Talkbox.
You're the Talkbox spiritual father.
Yep.
You're
As of now.
You're the Godfather.
Yeah.
So they had to kiss the ring.
That's You see, I got the right. But yeah, it's crazy because to me, Roger, and all of we call it the old heads. They're Roger. So if anybody gives credit to Talkbox, they get on my case.
He's in the conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
which obviously rightfully so.
Yeah.
So forget about it. Like that's a no-brainer. But for this next generation, for this new generation, to go back to your question, we doing things like this. We got to stay on the podcast. We got to stay in front of them, and we got to continue to create spaces so that they can walk in. And that's what I've been doing that for the Talkbox community.
Gotcha.
Like I've been able to to do things that most guys haven't been able to do, being a Talkbox artist, because that's a thing.
Right.
Like you don't have, you can't name any Talkbox artists.
Right.
Like the Talkbox is my thing. Like
Right.
you come to my show.
On Talkbox guys on one hand.
Yeah.
Gospel jazz guys.
Yeah.
One hand.
One hand.
Yeah, you know.
One hand. So-
Instrumental artists in Christendom anywhere.
Oh.
One hand.
One hand.
You know, the Dinos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Period.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so thank God for longevity.
Yeah.
Thank God we've been able to make a great living doing what we love.
Oh, yes.
What we're called to do.
Yes.
But there's a comma there.
Here's a comment.
There's a comma there. So I know there have been some challenges along the way
Oh, yeah.
where you know sometimes your passion don't feed you.
Now.
Sometimes your passion go.
Now.
You love to do it, and
That's
what
right.
you love to do, say, you want me to feed you?
You're going to be hungry to do this.
You know, a lot of people don't know this, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
But when the NBA didn't work out, and I got this gospel jazz gift, I went to the church. The church said, that's too jazzy. The jazz club said, that's too gospel. So for 5 years, while I'm waiting on a break or waiting on what I loved to feed me, I was a dog catcher.
Really?
I was and not a very
5
good,
years?
and not a very good one. Wow. I'm required to catch 12 dogs a day for Leon County Animal Control in Tallahassee, Florida.
What?
And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got to bring 12 dogs back to the dog pound by 5 o'clock. I'm just patrolling the city in a truck and a badge that say Animal Patrol Officer. And my job is to pick up stray dogs. That's what I'm doing when I want to be doing music, Doc. So anybody that wants to be doing music,
Wow.
and the comma that you're in right now, you frustrated with, just stay faithful.
You stay faithful.
I mean, it taught me patience.
Absolutely.
I mean, it taught me not to hate myself.
Yeah.
'Cause that's to go from the NBA
Yeah, come on.
to
What?
catching dogs.
What?
Come
Y'all
on now.
understand the dynamic of that?
From catching rebounds to catching dogs. And I wasn't even a very good one, man. I'm required to bring 12 dogs back to the dog pound at the end of my shift. I got 4 dogs in the truck at 3 o'clock. I get off at 5.
Oh.
That's where my faith started working. I got to believe God because somebody about to get their dogs
You
stolen.
better get that dog caught up. So I'm good. So I'm so happy you shared that because same thing here. Now here's my
Your worst gig.
Listen, 24 Karat Magic comes out October 8th, 2016. Never forget it. And y'all, as like those that y'all know in the music business, it takes a long time to get your residuals from records.
Even if it's a hit.
Even if it's a hit.
Yeah, especially if it's a hit.
Especially if
Yeah.
it's a hit. So me, at that time, I had to go get a job.
Wait a minute. You on 24 Karat.
I'm on 24. The biggest song in the world. A brother had to go get a job at a warehouse shipping out industrial equipment.
But you know something? That makes you a good man.
Yeah.
That makes you a good husband, a good father, because sometimes we can be full of pride.
That's right. That's right.
And you know, it's a whole nother conversation.
Oh,
too,
absolutely.
When you get even talking about pricing yourself.
Yeah,
and I'm worth more than this. But your baby hungry.
Yep.
But you trying to save face because some agent told you if you take less than the market, it's gonna mess it up. But she hungry,
What?
and your wife looking at the side of your head.
Are
like,
you kidding me?
Ain't no milk left in these
What?
breasts.
Oh, it's
and we
a
need
wrap.
some milk from the
Yeah.
store.
Right. As a man, you're going to do what you
Come
got to
on,
do. You're going to
come
do
on,
what you
Doc.
got to do.
But that was honorable. What job did you have to take?
Yeah, it was a warehouse. It was, what was the place called? It's called Wortkin.
Okay.
Here in Nashville.
Okay.
Very cool, great job. And I tried to fly under the radar even there, but then the people, they started knowing who I was. And
Oh,
so,
are you the dude?
Yep.
Are you the dude?
Yep.
Like the dude that was on Cosby a few years ago and was in
Oh, yeah,
Trader Joe.
Yes.
And somebody posted something like, it's a shame he
It's
at
a
Trader
shame.
Joe. And he's
Oh.
like, listen, I'm trying to feed my family.
I'm trying to feed my, don't royalty checks ran out.
That's another comma, Doc.
That's another comma.
Wow.
And we have to be, the moral of this, I believe, is we got to adapt to every situation that is placed in front of us.
Yeah.
We got to, because And I feel like God sometimes wants to see if you are going to be faithful in the little.
Right.
You know, and that doesn't mean not having all the time. Being faithful in the little could mean you got to pick up a job that's paying less to get the bills paid.
And your seasons in those valleys, I think, make you more appreciative.
Oh my gosh!
When you get to the gold status,
absolutely.
When you get to the big houses and planes and cars and all that's good. We love all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm still in a mansion eating sardines.
See?
I appreciate everything that God is doing.
That's good.
If you're not grateful in the mobile home, see, I was living in a trailer park, and so I still appreciate the trailer park.
And I bet you took care of it.
Absolutely.
I know you did.
And it's not a gospel podcast.
No.
But there's a scripture that talks about how if you're faithful over the small things while you trying to get on the come up.
That's it.
When God will send the comma faster.
Yes.
So how you act when you're in the wilderness determines how long you're there.
Woo! Did y'all hear that? That's for you. I'm talking to you. That right there was for you.
And so there are those commas that we have to take.
Yes.
Because our passion may not feed us.
Yeah.
But what about the commas that you just want to take? When you want to do a spinoff, you want to do something different. Talk about what's next for you outside of music. Any ventures that you're doing?
Oh, absolutely.
You're 2.0 now. Anybody that's over 40.
Oh, yeah.
We're 2.0.
Yeah.
Either you have a new career, a new relationship, a new grandchild, it's a new something.
It's a new
comma in your life, and then you're an expert now.
Yes,
we are the fastest growing YouTube leaders because people want what's in our head.
Wow,
because we've been there, done that.
We done been there and done that.
So what's up for you, Doc? What's next?
Yeah.
What's your next expectation?
Yes, I love that. Next expectation. That's good. That's a T-shirt, Doc. My next expectation is, it's basically, I'm a grandfather now.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we just found out today, literally, that my daughter has just got engaged to be married to an amazing young man. So we're so excited.
So we're going to pick up a son-in-law.
Yep. Oh, my gosh. We just picked up a son-in-law. He's a great guy. But my next thing is movies and books. Movies and books and podcasts. Those are my next three ventures. And obviously, real estate.
Okay.
We're getting into real estate, which I'm going to call you. But we're getting into it because my wife, she is just, she if you could let her watch HGTV all day and all night, she would do it. Like, that's her thing. She loves it. So those are my next expectations. What was it?
Expectation.
I love that. So
and your next expectation is always attached to personnel.
Yes.
There's personnel, that's staffing that's in your next expectation.
Oh my goodness.
That's going to help you achieve.
Yes.
When you go to church, here we go again. This is not a church podcast. You go to church, you can find a seat for yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
But if you follow the usher, they get you seated faster. They know where the seats are. So what happened is when you have a dream, when you write the vision, when you prepare for the next comma, the comma personnel will come.
Yeah.
Because that's the usher that's been sent to usher you to the next level.
That's good.
And so you said real estate.
Yes.
We love real estate. We love home. My wife is a real estate agent. She's got properties in Tennessee. We own homes ourselves.
Yes.
But I had never really thought about the commercial side.
That's another whole thing.
I still like getting on the airplane to flying to do 100 concerts a year.
Ooh, that's what I love to do too.
It's tiring. It's not work to me.
Yeah, it's not work.
I don't care if it's 100 people or at the Seabreeze Jazz Festival and there's 100,000 people.
Yeah.
I just like performing, ministering in front of people. I just love the people.
That's me.
Sometimes you get a lot of money, sometimes you get nothing.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
I'm a happy guy.
Yes.
Either way, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy if I'm playing. I'm going to be happy no matter who in Washington, D.C.
Yes, sir.
I'm being happy.
I'm happy.
Because I'm going to vote for who's in the mirror.
Ooh, that's good.
When I was a kid, we went through several different presidents.
Yeah.
Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
And the thing that was consistent is that my family found a way to be broke with all of them.
Had nothing to do with it. Was in the chair. Had nothing to do with that. Come on.
And so I made a decision as a skinny boy with a big head, still got the big head, that if you can be poor with any president, go ahead and just try to be rich with any president.
That's good.
And so rich is a state of mind.
It's a state of
So
mind.
I try to have a rich experiences, whether it's in the rowboat or in the yacht. I try to have rich experiences, whether it's a small comma or a big comma. And so I'm just enjoying the real estate that God has given us, but I had no idea about the value and the potential of commercial
real estate is
and I'm over at
next
the airport because the airport is right next to our house.
Yes.
I can take the golf cart to the hangar. It's that close. So it's a part of the house. So when my wife said, "Where your daddy at?" Oh, he at the hangar. I'm at the airport one Saturday, and one of our friends, the Katinas.
Yeah, man, yeah. The Katinas.
Awesome singing group.
Yes.
James walks out of the office center at the private airport, and I'm just sitting there reading my book, just hanging out, eating my snack. I just hang out there.
Yeah, that's great.
And I said, "James," he said, "Yeah, Tank, what are you doing here?" I said, "I live here. This is part of my house."
I bet he flipped out.
I said, "What are you doing here?" He said, "Oh, I'm here with a real estate mastermind that we're doing. We just bought 300 units over here, and we're doing 200 units over there, and we're working on another 200 or 300 units in Kentucky." Man, by the time he got through mentoring me and coaching me, we participated in a purchase of 216 units. I never thought of that until God sent the comma. And when he was talking, guess what? I shut up.
Yes, sir. That's
because it don't matter how many gold records on the wall.
That's right.
There's something else you can learn.
Absolutely.
It don't matter how many times you had a home run.
That's right.
There is somebody that's stepping to the plate that can tell you and show you something that you ain't done yet.
Oh my
And so I just shut my mouth.
Yeah, same.
Talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
Yeah.
I shut my mouth.
Yeah, man.
And when I came out of it, he had ushered me into a whole different existence.
Mindset. Yeah.
So I'm not saying that made me happy.
Yeah.
Because I was happy before I got there.
Right.
But it expanded my portfolio for my children and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren.
And I believe as a result, though, of you being happy and being content, like the Bible says, being content in the state that you're in, God was able to bring you more.
Right.
I just feel like it's just, you attract it.
Right.
By your thankful heart. Like you said, you're in a mansion, but you gonna eat some sardines here and there.
And we put it, the people don't know it, but we still balling.
Yeah, come on.
6 in the morning.
Yeah.
If you're anywhere near Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Come on.
And you think you got game.
Yeah.
Come to the sports camp.
Come through.
Where we run full court.
Full court
Ain't
press,
no half court
baby.
foolishness in this camp.
No.
Full court
press, baby.
At 6 in the morning.
That's beautiful.
With 20-year-olds. Guys that come from overseas. Guys that's going to the NBA. Guys in college.
Yep.
Thugs.
Yes.
Drug addicts. People that don't love God. We just mingling with all. And what happens is we run in full court basketball.
Full court.
And then we sit on the bench.
And chop it up.
And we chop it up.
That's good.
And we talk about different things in life.
Yeah.
And these guys come to us.
Yep.
And
they do.
And ask us questions.
Facts.
They come and ask us questions.
All the time.
And so we're going to take a short break, and we got a little section called From the Bench. And we're going to show you live when we're sitting on the bench, when we get through playing at the gym, how these guys come over and chat it up. We're going to let you see that, and then we can come back and wrap it up with your next comment, brother.
Let's go.
This segment powered by Big Baller Brand. Full Tank Podcast from the bench. Here's the question. How does a man get over heartbreak that he caused?
I would say you got to find out why you caused it and then don't do it again.
Yeah, the first stage is admitting. So you caused the heartache. It don't even have to be relationships. It could be your mom, your cousin, your best friend. How do you get over it when you know it's your fault? Come to Destiny Center. I'll show you how to get over that stuff. Come to church. This segment powered by Big Baller Brand. Visit BigBallerBrandInc.com for the latest releases in clothing, shoes, and more. Triple B, Big Baller Brand.
That was great. That was great.
Man,
I'm walking out of here with something.
The question is, for men, how do you bounce back from heartache? Wait, that you caused.
That you caused.
That you caused.
Great question.
Ooh.
I can talk about that.
Doc, because I know you was on the road longer than you really wanted to be.
Yeah.
And what is it about the wives of musicians that think when we on the road, we having fun? I got these babies, and all you doing is in the hotel ordering wings and cheesecake and playing on that Talkbox and stuff, and I got to pick these children up from school, and when you gonna be back home? The light bill due, and you just having fun out there. Come on, Doc.
Come on,
Talk about that. I got all these kids. You got me all knocked up with all these.
I could be doing something myself.
You done hit it and quit.
Let me tell you something.
You done hit it and quit. Come on now.
Look, man, that is real.
Talk about your gospel musician, and you don't even sit on money home to your wife. Talk about you saved. You ain't saved, homeboy. The Bible says, man, that don't take care of his family. It's worse than an infidel. When you get home, infidel. Infidel, when you get home.
Your name is Infidel.
Your infidel airlines. When the
Infidel Airlines. What in the world?
Jesus on the main line.
Oh, Lord.
Just tell him what you want.
Tell him what you want, boy. Good gosh. Wow.
So how do you bounce back from the heartache you created?
That I created.
Yeah.
That's so good. Bouncing back for me, and this is, I said earlier, I've been married 26 years. My wife and I have been together 30 years. And we, because of being out here on this road, all the access at the palm of my hand. See, like I toured with NSYNC. I was a keyboardist for NSYNC. I worked with Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Old Town, that whole boy band movement in the 90s. I was a part of that.
Yeah.
And so, and again, that was the biggest pop band in the world.
That's a whole lot of skin.
Oh my gosh.
That's a whole lot of skin at the concert.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And so got caught up, and obviously brought heartache to my wife and to my family because of it. So here's what happened. I came clean. You know, most cats be trying to run these streets. Y'all out there trying to run these streets? You're going to get caught up. Trust me. You're going to get caught. So here's your warning. Go ahead and come clean. So it'll be a little bit better. You still got to go through your process, but go ahead and come clean.
Wow.
So I came clean. I came to my wife. I told her, and this will be in our book too, So I came to her, took my ring off, and she was pregnant at the time. My mom says, "Boy, you are so stupid. Why are you gonna bring this news to your wife when she
Why
pregnant?"
she pregnant? Wow.
I said, "I don't know. I had to do it in that moment because I had to get it off." And so I put my ring on the table because I just knew it was over. I knew it was over. And she said, "God told me that you are my husband. It's easy to quit."
Wow.
I looked at her. I was like,
What a woman of God.
yes. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" And she said, "This is hard. I'm upset. We're going to go through our process, but we're going to go through together."
Wow.
And man, from that moment on, here's where it get interesting. At that moment, I started trying to prove to her that I wasn't going to do this to her again. That became overwhelming. I couldn't do it. I was like, because she was hurting. She had to go through her process. And so one day, I believe the Lord spoke to me and said to me, you're trying to prove something to the wrong person. He said, you need to be talking to me because I see you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'll take care of her. I need you to talk to me. And that moment, that's when I turned to God and said, all right, I'm gonna show you that I'm gonna be a good man.
That's when the grace kicked in.
And that's when it kicked in.
Wow.
And we've been here 26 years.
Well, of course, hindsight is 20/20.
Yes.
You know, we can look back now and say, hey, man, how could you be so stupid?
That's right.
It's the same floor plan.
It's the
Of course, not unless you're in Atlanta. You know, can you imagine dating now?
Oh.
The opening line when you step up at the club. So, how long you been a woman?
I can't, y'all. I can't.
But you know, you look back and say, how could I be so stupid? But when you just get caught up in it.
That's it.
And you know, and when you're in the limelight,
Yep.
you
don't see nothing.
You can, you can be cosmetically challenged and still be attractive.
Period.
Because they are attracted to what's on you. The gift, the lights,
the gift.
You know, it's not because you so fine.
Oh no, it ain't got nothing to do with that. It ain't got nothing. It's all what you're connected to.
Wow,
it's the whole spirit about it.
So that's 26 years.
26 years.
Man, good for you, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Me and Jewel working on 24 years.
That's amazing.
And
my gosh,
I haven't never messed up.
Praise God for that.
But I had 2 demonic dress rehearsals before I met her.
Ooh,
Because she's my 3rd wife.
Really?
I was married for 6 years in my early 20s. My first time I got married, I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
Second time I got married, I didn't know who she was. So 3rd time I got married, God did it, and me and Jules, we have been locked at the hip.
Oh man, y'all are we're inspired by y'all. You guys are listen, we are thankful for y'all's life.
And she is fine too, Doc.
Man.
And one of my partners asked me, man, how you pull somebody that fine, Doc? Your ugly tail, Ben Tankard. Because you're a monster. How your ugly tail?
Oh man, come on, no way.
He's like, Negro, you so ugly when you walk by the bathroom, the toilet flush. You're so ugly when you repented and got saved. The tears came halfway down your face, repented, and went back up in your eyes. That's how ugly you is, Ben Tankard.
This brother getting off, man. No way.
You're so ugly that when you was born, the doctor came out and told your daddy, Mr. Tankard, we tried all we could, but he still pulled through. This segment empowered by CrefloDollarMinistries.org. Understanding grace, empowering change. Ain't nothing like Creflo Dollar to change our script, boy. He get us on the right track. Give it up for Pastor Creflo A. Dollar. You know, Jewel has an anointing in her own right. She's a financial whiz. She's a woman of God. She can preach. She's the preacher. I'm the teacher. She has her own schedule, so sometimes I get to go with her. This big women's conference, and we're in the hotel. You know, they give us the honeymoon suite. I don't want it to go to waste. So she's meditating, trying to get ready for the message, and so I want to, put on the, the Luther. How many Lutherans we got? I'm trying to flirt with her, and she said, honey, leave me alone. I got to preach to 4,000 women. I said, baby, I'm just trying to help you, and lay hands on you. And so I kept on bugging. She said, honey, leave me alone. I'm trying to get into Jesus. I say, Jesus is in me. Don't that mean
That was cold-blooded, man.
So my partner was like, man, how you pull somebody that fine?
Man, come on.
Well, I met Jewel in my dreams before I met her. Before I met her, I had a dream every night.
Wow.
Of my perfect wife. Oh, and when I met her, she was on the second row. And at my concert in Detroit, we was on tour. I looked up and I said, "That's the woman in my dream."
What you say?
So when I went up to her, I didn't even go into the whole, "What's your name? What's your phone number?" I went up to her and said, "Listen, you're supposed to be my wife.
Ooh.
You're the most beautiful person I ever met, but I know you already. You're supposed to be my wife.
Oh,
and she said, amen. and then she said this, man. She said, do you have anyone praying for you? It was so prophetic because
there you go.
She's a prayer warrior.
Yes, sir.
An intercessor.
I can see that.
Oh my goodness.
I can see that.
She can pray the hemorrhoid off a gnat. And she's just not about the glam and the looks, because when I married her, I had a bunch of Stella Awards and a whole bunch of car notes and some alimony child support and a bunch of potential.
Ooh.
But she's a kingmaker, brother.
Wow.
Jewel is a kingmaker. And ladies, let me tell you something. Rather than trying to lay out all these regulations of what you demand online, of he got to have this, he got to have that, you better pray that God sends you a faithful shell that you can finish up. Because as a kingmaker, you can put some meat on those bones.
Yes, sir.
But you got to be a kingmaker. You just can't come with demands.
You can't do that.
And want purses and cars. It's all that's fine. All that's fine. Now, don't get me wrong now. Jewel likes some stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
She likes some stuff. But one of my boys was like, man, what you do if somebody try to talk to Jewel? I said, listen, he don't want this smoke.
You don't want this smoke?
If I let her out the house one day with you be dropping the back off like, nah, hey, this girl looks me. You can have this girl back, brother. No way. He don't want the smoke.
He don't want the smoke. She was built for you.
And my wife loved me.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have the struggle of my struggle isn't being faithful.
That's good.
My struggle is I got to maintain my multi-millionaire status. Cause she'll give me a pass on stepping out sexually before she give me a pass for going a month without making $100,000. Now, she'll forgive me for that, but it's like, you got one more month to make less than 6 figures, and your tail is gonna be at marriage counseling. She's a different sort of woman. He don't want that smoke. He do not want that smoke. Go and talk to him. Enjoy the view, bro. You don't want that smoke.
You do not want the smoke. Yo.
But she's worth every dime.
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing I wouldn't do for her. She's so sweet.
I know.
She made me who I am, Doc. She completed me, brother.
See, that's what I was gonna say.
I'm about to cry thinking about it.
Oh man, let me tell you something. Like, guys, you out here, you're married. You cannot fake the funk. Okay? When you with the right person, everything gonna click on every cylinder. And that's what I look at when I think about y'all. Everything is clicking on all cylinders. If it ain't clicking, we can't see it.
Amen. Amen.
I just see the favor of God. We know you have your levels of challenges, but I don't see it.
Well, I can't fake the funk with you, Doc. We all marketers.
Yeah,
come on. So we don't believe everything you see, because I'm the guy on the Wizard of Oz. Behind the black curtain.
Behind the curtain.
Pushing all the Ben Tankard buttons. You be like, dang, Ben blowing up. Don't believe everything. That's me back there.
That's me
but
back there.
Just don't let Toto pull the curtain back on. And that's why in the masterminds with musicians, I tell them, listen, don't have no shame in your game.
That's it.
Because sometimes if you don't make the call,
come on.
If you don't make the call and say, hey, pastor, I'm going to be in your area. I'd love to come do something at your church. Or Mr. Promoter, I see you got the reunion tour coming through.
Yeah.
Can I open for that?
Yes.
Even if you just let me sell product and it's free. Don't have no shame in your game out here.
That's good.
If you want to act like you're so big, then just call, ask somebody else.
Right.
Because I've been Mr. Lee many times. Yes, I'm Mr. Lee. I'm representing Ben Tankard.
Yes, sir.
And I understand you want him for your festival. Is that the best you can do? Okay, let me get back with him. He'll pray about it. Click. Mr. Ben said he will take the date.
That's right. I'm telling you.
Because that's
good.
Because that's 15%.
Man, that's good.
Because especially when you're in a niche.
Oh, yes.
How you book Talkbox. How you book gospel jazz? There's no genre. You're the only one.
Exactly.
And so if you're not tooting your own horn, it might not get tooted.
Oh, now that's another whole. I'm gonna go ahead and make that a comma too. That marketing thing and I'm all about. I'm surprised I didn't wear I wear this shirt. If y'all follow me, I'm always wearing the Mr. Talkbox shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't want to be forgotten.
Yeah.
I don't want you to forget. You take a picture with me, you're not gonna forget you was with me. You're gonna go to that Instagram or the Twitter or whatever,
You're posting that.
and you're gonna post it. You're gonna tag me.
That's smart.
And you're gonna stay locked in and engaged. And then, like you said, sometimes you gotta ask, you gotta go, and you gotta make things happen.
Man, when I was with Sony for 16 years, Sony, Verity, I was the president of the label for a while.
With
Yolanda and
with
all the
Yolanda,
crew and Tribute Records,
yeah,
Verity.
I remember all that.
And they moved to New York,
right?
And so I'm part of this BMG. I think it was Jive, Zomba group. And
man, I try to get deals with all them.
the gatekeepers.
Oh my
God. The gatekeepers. And so I'm with them for 16 years. And then near the latter part of my tenure with them, they said, okay, when the record comes out, we're going to send marketing people to spend 2 days with you so they can train you how to do your own marketing and interacting with fans. And
that's good.
And taking interviews and posting and stuff. And when they got through with me, I said, wait a minute. If 90% of the sales are going to come through digital anyway, Amazon, iTunes back then, where all the sales were. So they sell a 10-song music collection. They take $3 out and send the $7 to the record label. Okay, the record label will pay the artist 10% of that if you're famous.
If you're famous.
And if you're a big dog, 12%.
Yes, 12.
And so, you sell a million copies. If you sell 1 million copies, they owe you $700,000.
Yeah.
But if you the label, you sell 1 million copies, you get the whole $7.
The whole $7.
And you're doing the work anyway.
Come on,
so when I found out that, man, I said, here comes Ben Jammin' Records.
I remember when you launched that.
Did my own thing.
I love that.
Ben Jammin' Records.
Ben Jammin' Records.
And so I'm encouraging everybody that's thinking about music, don't wait for a record label.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just do it. That comma is here now.
Right now.
You got the same access as anybody else.
Oh, I literally just did a business venture with Fred Hammond and Paul Wright. Exact thing. Like I own everything, but I just partnered with a platform that gets it to the masses.
Got it.
Seriously, and we take home majority of the profit.
Got you.
And it's the smartest thing you can do now. And so y'all better listen to this.
So advice to aspiring artists. Advice to aspiring artists. Somebody that's just at a crossroads, about ready to quit. What can you tell them?
I would tell you to continue to work hard. If you're at that crossroad, if you're at that point where you're about to quit, I mean, you heard both of our stories. Like you've heard, like I was at that point. I was at the bottom, y'all. Like, and I was about to give it up. Don't. Just keep going, because in the trauma, that's where you find the promise. That's where you find, in that process of you going and trying to make things happen, it develops you and it gets you ready to be the best marketer, to be the best creator, to be the best producer of your own. Nobody knows the vision like you. Nobody knows the vision. The way it's in your head, nobody can't bring it to life like you. So you got to do your due diligence and bring it to life. You got to keep going. And like you said, everything is in the palm of your hands now.
Yeah.
You don't need a label. All you need is the time and the effort and doing it. That's what got me where I am.
Well, man, I am so proud of you, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to have you as my buddy.
Yes.
My friend. I'm glad to have you as a co-creator.
Yes.
And I'm working on a new jam. I have to get you on this time. We tried, but the schedule was so crazy.
Yeah. Well, see what we talked about earlier. All you got to do is send me the song.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah, we gonna hook up.
Oh, it's done.
And I know our audience, Full Tank family, will appreciate
I can't wait.
everything that you spoke today. How
Thank
can
you.
they reach you, and what are you working on that we need to hear about?
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all can reach me at Instagram, Mr. Talkbox, Twitter. Well, now it's called X. TikTok. Hopefully they'll still be around in January. Snapchat, all of MySpace. Y'all back there on MySpace? We got you covered. So y'all give me all of those, Mr. Talkbox, MrTalkbox.com. I've been doing this for 20 years. Got a new album coming. Mr. Talkbox live at the Woolworth Theater, 20 years celebrating. Talkbox Funk. I mean, it's just a great, great, great album and video that I can't wait for you guys to see. And got a new book coming. Working on some movie ventures. And
Movie, that's a comma.
Yeah.
Book, that's a comma.
Yeah.
Tour, that's a comma.
Yes.
More music, that's a comma. Real estate, that's a comma. You're more than a one-trick pony.
That's right.
And you're more than a one-trick pony.
That's right.
So make sure that you subscribe, share, like, stay in contact with us. We're going to be bringing you more and more of famous people.
Yeah.
And not famous people.
Yeah.
But people that are all serving and making a difference in their community and the world. And we're glad to be part of it. We love you. I'm the Tank. We'll see you next time on Full Tank Podcast. The next comma. We'll see you. You are enjoying the Full Tank Podcast, sponsored in part by Faith Words. Want a taste of my best-selling book, The Full Tank Life? Go to thefulltanklife.com and pull down a free sample chapter and order the book.
Today, my friend Ben Tankard has become known as the Godfather of Gospel Jazz. He sold millions of albums, pastors a church, travels the world sharing his music. Like with Ben, God is working behind the scenes, lining up what you need.
Please listen carefully.